This is a video walkthrough of the most recent version of our stroke rehab software using the Wii Balance Board. I'm going to go through the steps to get started and show some of the available features. The first step is to connect the Wii Balance Board via Windows' regular Add Bluetooth Device tool. You click the red sync button on the Wii Balance Board and then click Add Wireless Device. And sometimes you'll see the balance board show up as a Nintendo WBC-01. Sometimes it just shows up as input device. Either way, you click on that. Click on Pair without using a code. And then you wait for the pairing to complete. And you see it show up there. Once it's synced, you can either start the WiiHab program and it will connect automatically, or click the Reconnect Controllers button if it's already open. And when a balance board is connected, you will see the green light turn on. So this program is divided into a few main parts. The first part is the patient list here. This loads in patients from a text file that's outside of the program. You can edit information about a patient in this patient info control. And you can also potentially add encounters which represent a given test or appointment. So there are two possible ways to view the Wii Balance Board data, a patient view and a therapist view. This allows the therapists to potentially seek more complex representations of the data than the patient sees, such as an actual numeric weight value. There are various options for how the balance board data is displayed to the user. When you click on the patient view by clicking this checkbox, the first thing you'll see is just a representation of the center of gravity of the patient on the balance board, represented by this red dot. Then you can select from this list of possible controls to see different types of views of the data. And as you can see, even with this simple crosshairs control, you can control the appearance of the center of gravity dot, its size and color, based on a configuration file outside of the program. So there are various controls here that show all different kinds of information. One example here is this airplane, which, for example, can hides the center of gravity dot and represents, instead of as a simple coordinates, represents the horizontal skew as the tilt of the airplane and the vertical skew as the height of the horizon. Another option is the therapist view, which has all the same view options as the patient view, but you might want to use it to view more complex data like this, with these percentages in the corners representing what percentage of a patient's weight is in a given quadrant, or the absolute weight that they're putting on each quadrant. This setup is going to work best when you have multiple monitors. So for example, the patient view would be on a larger external monitor that the patient sees, and the therapist view and the main window would be on a separate monitor off to the side that only the therapist or perhaps a separate person running the program would see. Another major feature is targeting. You can give the patient targets that they have to move to by adjusting their center of gravity. You define the targeting script in an XML file outside of the program that gets loaded and played when the Start Target Sequence button is pressed. So as you can see, the first target is displayed here. There are a lot of different ways that you can control the targets. You can control their color, size, and location, and also how long you have to hold it before it will be considered a hit. So here, for example, we said you have to hold it for 5 seconds. The smaller target down here doesn't have to be held at all. And then once the patient hits all the targets in the script, it's done. So that's about it for our Wii Rehab software. Thank you very much.